Nachos bueno, compadre me. What's going on, everyone? It's Thursday. Most of you are watching that absolute barn burner on the New Orleans Saints versus the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton's wild return back to Nolans after his disgraceful exit. For those who are not watching that absolute barn burner, that is currently, I believe, like 6-0 or 3-3. It's a low scoring game. Then you are here. Hello. How are you? If you are watching this on repeat, if you're watching this after it is live, then I hope you won all of your parlays that are including any of the people that are currently playing football now. What's up, everybody? I am doing something a little bit different today. You will notice that the camera is a little bit sharper. It's a little more clear. It's also slightly wider. That is because I switched the resolution on the camera. I had a really high resolution, but we were zooming in, so it was giving me a fuzzy appearance. What up, Dave? If you have trouble sleeping, I'm going to prescribe a healthy dose of Broncos versus Saints. Yes, it is super boring. Two rookie quarterbacks flailing around in the dark. Although I will say, Troy Franklin looks great, and I'm glad I hoarded him in one of my other leagues, because I got him for like a third, because the person had already given up on him. Troy's a burner. Troy has pretty good hands, and I have a feeling, since he is with his former college QB, as long as Bo Nix is starting, Troy will probably have a pretty good set of targets for the rest of the season. And yeah, I like Troy. Late round pick. I like him. So today we were very busy in our household. What's going on, Money Mitch? Thanks. This was a gift. This was a gift from Uncle Doug. This is the Roosevelt's Ahsoka men's hoodie. It is one of the softest garments I've ever put on. I'm good. I'm gonna admit I'm a little tired. We have not been at the house. We left the house at 9:20 a.m. And we have not been back to the house. So we are on hour 9 straight. So I'm a little tired. The only downfall is with the new camera setting, it looks darker in here. Because my light burned out, so I'm going to have to buy a light to shine so that it's not so dark. We have tons of things on the site. I've talked to Doug. He has already ordered a case of Allen and Ginter for us to play with. I had a feeling it was going to happen. So my baseball fans, we're going to have some Ginter in a week or two. I can tell you for certain the whole case is not going to be available. If I know Doug, Trevor, and I, we're probably going to carve out 2 or 3 boxes for ourselves. What's going on, Dangle? I may or may not open mine on camera. I don't know. But you can expect, I think it's a 12-box case. Maybe 8 will be available for the general public. But we are going to have some boxes ready for the general public once we get them. Yes, that's exactly what it is, Dangle. We are going to buy an MRI machine And we are going to scan every box and every pack looking for all of the good stuff, and you can have the dregs. Allen and Ginter is a very famous ancient baseball card. Actually, traditionally, Allen and Ginter is a multi-sport / cultural card. Topps bought the Allen and Ginter name and released Allen and Ginter. They are the smaller cards, typically. Allen and Ginter in modern era is a great set. It has usually different sports, different personalities, really odd autographs, weird inserts, wood cards, metal cards, cloth cards. It is a really fun, inexpensive set. What up, Prue? All good hits go to the high-end streamers anyway. Yeah, I'm trash, so I'm not gonna get anything good. Like, honestly, I think we even bought it off of eBay. We didn't even get it through like an allotment or anything. We didn't even buy it from a major retailer. We literally just bought it off of eBay. No lie. I don't even think Topps has them available anymore. I think Topps is sold out. Let me look. Shop Topps. Oh, let me see. Shop MLB. You're not trash. You're at least the top end of mediocre. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know exactly what you're gonna say. Unbelievably, Dangle, that that balling on a budget is still available. I thought for sure that would be sold out lickety split. I don't know what else I can do to make that more attractive. That is a great price for what's involved. I don't know, man. Excuse me. Yeah, Allen and Ginter is sold out from Topps, so you're only getting Allen and Ginter on the resale market. Here it is. That's it. Here's your answer. How many spots left in small change? Not a single one is sold for small change. If you go to the Discord under TWBB recruitment, that is where everybody needs to get together to try to sell out items. I built that specifically for y'all to do that. Where is it? Let me jump in there. There it is. Minimize that. I'm gonna need to keep that open. Yeah, that's what it's for. Ballin' on a Budget has 4 left. That one has this sneaky little turd in there. This is a random autograph. It is based off of... Hold on, let me just move this real quick. This absolutely dope product that last time we opened it, everybody liked. This goes in my house. This is the original cozy. Now I just gotta wait for Hayden Christensen to become available, so he can sign the other side. I can't, James. I'm working. Keepsake Premium is historical pop culture. Random is actually somebody of Asian persuasion. So it is a guaranteed auto. Yeah, I know. I don't understand how they can allow Christmas before Halloween. It should be illegal. There should be fines. That Obi-Wan signed original piece of art is, in my opinion, very expensive now. DC, did you announce yesterday how many of your balls raised for cancer? No, it's going to be tomorrow. We decided to hold it until Friday. It is a number well beyond what we aimed for. Some of you will remember we had the Nathan Sawaya Lego ball. The Nathan Sawaya Lego ball was purchased outright early in the in us putting this together, because we were given a donation we couldn't refuse. That was privately sold for $1,000 donation. So as you can imagine, when they agreed to the $1,000 donation, we couldn't say no for Stand Up to Cancer. So that was the only ball that did not make it through. We do have something for no, we haven't done anything with the Don Ho yet, Money Mitch, but thank you for that donation. No, nobody was allowing to buy balls outright. That was Dangle. That was simply somebody I had mentioned. I said the most expensive ball in here is probably the Nathan Sawaya at about $1,000, and the person was like, "I will pay you $1,000 for it." And I was like, "Doug, somebody wants to give us $1,000 donation," and he's like, "We'll take that." That's literally how that conversation went. So I didn't lie. Originally, I was going to announce it yesterday. But there was a miscommunication, and the press release went out that we were going to announce it on Friday. So I got to stick with the press release that we're announcing it officially on Friday. I have another ball that nobody has seen yet that was given to us at the con. That didn't make it into the run that will be used for future.
So we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore?
That's right, Paul Moisland. Oh, how did I not have this open? Let me fix this. Hold on. I don't have focus.
Oh my god, I just literally told you to sit down.
No. That is Joel Adams. Joel Adams was the character designer for King of the Hill. The characters look the way they do because Mr. Adams is the one that designed them. So this is a King of the Hill baseball by Joel Adams. So that will be used for a future donation product. No, Dangle. If you were going to give us $1,000 for the Darth Ball, we probably would have entertained it. Again, they were going to pay us 5 times the amount of a buy-in. It's not money for us. It's money for them. So yeah, that was the only one we sold. Yes, Don, you do need media credentials. Thankfully, you already have them. Yeah, again, Dangle, we weren't doing it, but it was at a con, and they literally just, it was in the moment. This was almost a year ago. This was really early. If you notice, the Lego ball was not part of any of our promos for the last like 6 months, because that was a very long time ago that happened. What else do we do today? Did something today that made me think of all of you. I'm trying to remember what it was, besides the Ellen and Ginter.
A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water.
Scuba! Scuba's out earlier howling at the moon. Speaking of howling at the moon, Monster Mash by Kevin P. West, Daniel Gonzalez, and Sketch Cool, Sean MacArthur. Dangle's like, I'm arguing on principle. I wouldn't have done it, but I'm just arguing on principle. I know, Dangle. You just wanted the option to do it. You wanted the option. You weren't going to take the option. You just wanted to be afforded the option. I understand. Yes, we still have the ability to call shots, as a matter of fact. Let's see, there's 17, so we will round up to 18. So 7 more people can call their shot. We are on the third one, which would be number 10. And the next 7 people can call shot. All right, I gotta get rid of this because my ADHD is kicked in and I'm just fidgeting. I won't get any work done.
Daddy, you don't have ADHD. I do.
Oh, okay, honey, you're the only one that's allowed to have it?
Yeah, do you?
Oh, got it. Yes, James, but I'm not diagnosed officially, but it's kind of obvious that I have it. Now that I've seen you, honey, I'm well aware that I have ADHD.
I'm just playing the old school,
The TMNT.
yeah, the old
I know. Why don't you sit up? It's better for your neck and back. You can sit crisscross applesauce. And then scoot your butt back. Goober. Boy, what was it that I tweeted? We went to Dave & Buster's today because we got 300 free chips to play with. So we had fun. What was your favorite thing at Dave & Buster's?
Minecraft.
Yeah, they have a Minecraft game that shoots out cards that allows you to armor up. It's goods. And
Put on the cards.
I don't have them. They're at home. Why would I bring them with me?
To show 'em.
Why would I show them? That's weird. Oh, I voted today. Can I just give you 400 and take my pick from Monster Mash? No, but if you bought 4 boxes with that 400, you have a very high chance of getting what you want. You have about a 28% chance of getting what you want. That's true. You're welcome, Money Mitch. I voted by mail, but I returned my ballot to an official ballot receiving box here in California. Here in Southern California, they automatically mail you a ballot. You don't have to ask for one. You automatically get. You get a book, a little book about a week before that has all of the, it doesn't have anything about the, I'm going to be honest with you. The book doesn't have anything about candidates. The book just talks about the policies you're voting on. So I got my book that told me about the referendums that they were voting on. It gives a breakdown of each of them. It gives an argument for and argument against, each with rebuttals. The props, yes, the propositions, thank you. So I researched the props. I read almost all of the rebuttals. There were a couple of them that were unopposed because they were just the right thing to do. So those were easy. It was like, this is being run unopposed. It's like, well, then clearly that's the right thing to do. And it was. After reading it, I was like, oh yeah, that's no wonder nobody's arguing against that. Slavery should be illegal. Trust me, we had to vote to remove slavery from the California Constitution. Money Mitch, back me up on this true freaking story. Apparently, California still had verbiage relating to slavery. Yeah. For inmates. That you could do forced indentured servitude. And it was like, wait, what? So that's being finally removed. Nobody opposed that one. There was one that was making. I did Carlos. I'm dead but serious. Dead but serious. I should bring I can bring the prop book again. It doesn't have it lists candidates, but it doesn't have people arguing for candidates. It just has candidate bios, which I already know everything I need to know about the candidates in my area anyway. I skipped that part and went to the props. But I read through the props because I do vote my entire ballot. And I will tell you, I have a purple ballot. It is not an all blue or all red ballot. It is a purple ballot. Anybody using the Freedom of Information Act can actually look up a public figure's ballot. It becomes public knowledge. Actually, anybody's. You could do a Freedom of Information Act on Dangle and find out who he voted for. It's public knowledge after the fact. But I have a purple ballot. I even wrote in somebody who I heard speak and liked them above the 2 people listed. Hey, Kate, just talking about the election in a non-political way.
Oh, you just got dangled.
I did write in somebody for one of the smaller local elected positions because I did not like I didn't like the incumbent, and I didn't know much about the person who was running against them, but there was a third party impassionedly speaking against the incumbent, and I liked them, so I wrote their name in. Kate, I bet you do. Not true. For the record, you have no idea. It's true, I don't. But if you vote, you can pull a voter. You can pull people's votes. It's. Trust me, it's there. That's how they knew who the person who shot at Trump. They knew who he voted for because you're able to pull election records. After the election records become public knowledge. It's fact. Just telling you. I love the color so much. Just a bunch of little circles being filled in. But no, legit. I have a purple ballot. It's purple. I'm not a hardliner on either side, including one write-in. And I did not vote yes on all the props. There were some dueling props. So some needed a yes and others needed a no because they were against each other. No, Dangle, I already know that you are wavy gravy. Election records become public that include party affiliation and other information, but your specific votes are not included. Well, there you go. Kate says, I looked at everyone's votes when I moved in my new neighborhood, just so I knew who not to talk to. Yeah, it's really easy. Usually they have flags or bumper stickers that help you sort them out. Do you remember when we voted to get rid of daylight savings time and it never happened? So I was not in California when that happened. I know nationally they voted for it. So when it was nationally voted, if I recall, somebody will have to Google this for me. We did not vote to abolish it. We voted to amend, to put up an amendment. And the amendment still had to go through the legal, the political, whatever, the hierarchy, the Senate, the House, and the President. We voted to add it to a referendum. We voted to get rid of it, and they killed it in Senate or House. They put flags out now, so it's pretty easy to know who to avoid. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think daylight savings time was originally for, the original story we're told is it's originally for farmers. To a degree, it was in ancient times, and ancient I mean 80 years ago. It was adapted and it is used for other things too, but it is basically useless at this point. Farmers was the easiest. Yeah, now it's for business. See, Prue's got it. Originally, it was for farmers to help with production early to rise and ish like that. There is other, not nefarious, but other different reasons, and it is consumerism is a part of it. The farmers haven't utilized daylight savings times since the mechanization of farming. It's just been left over because, yes, it allows for more, hours to be open. People are staying out when the lights are brighter. It turned into more of a cultural phenomenon than a practical one. It is, it's not a bad thing. It's just, it's not useful anymore to a degree. Now that everyone's watches and clocks and phones automatically adjust themselves, it's all it is 1 extra hour of sleep one night and one less another. I like the dark too. I've always been a night person. There's something about the being out. I used to work night shifts all the time. How do you feel about flag code? The only flag code I know is the code for the alphabetic naval flag code for spelling distress and divers and that. If you're talking about the code for the handling of the American flag, I'm indifferent. I think freedom of speech covers the flag. I do I get offended when I see an American flag burned? Yes. Personally. This is not a political statement. This is a personal statement. I get offended because I know people who are dead that were in the military with me, who died because of the symbolism of that flag. I do not believe it should be. So the wearing it. Be careful. That is a big misnomer. I don't think ink should be added. You shouldn't cut a flag to use it for clothing. You shouldn't be marking a flag because the flag is symbolism. This is my belief. This is not anybody else's belief. This is mine as a former member of the Navy, and who personally know people who are dead in service due to the do it. The flag, it's symbolism. It's what it symbolizes. And here's my hot take. No, you shouldn't be if the flag is made in China. Well, originally there used to be a law, and it's gone. There used to be a law that American flags can only be made in America. That actually was a law a long time ago. That changed at some point. And an American flag had to be made in America. That used to be a rule. The flag to me is symbolism. To burn it burns and if you're inferring that you're burning the American values. Yeah. Now, you can, and you, Money Mitch, you just touched on it. Technically, retiring a flag, you ceremoniously burn a flag. That is not done in the way that protest burning is done. But there used to be very, very stringent code of conduct. Like if a flag ever touched the ground, you have to retire it. A flag should never have anything superimposed above it. There should not be a blue line across the flag. There should not be black bars on the flag. There should not be words on the flag. The current American flag. Previous iterations of the American flag, do what you will. But no, the American flag should not be cut for the
Cowabunga!
Should not be cut for the purpose of making something out of it. The putting an American flag printed on something that you wear, I'm fine with. Yeah. Just trying to point out a big hypocrisy that some do not understand when they complain about burning, yet do the others. No, I understand. I get it. And the retirement of the flag is through burning. Burning it as a protest, I get offended by, but here's the kicker. That's your freedom of speech. I signed a contract saying I was going to die for that right. I will let you, if that's how you feel. If I see you doing it, will I try to take it away from you? I will physically try to take it away from you. Bet I will try to physically take that away from you. I will do everything I can to get that away from you, but I accept the consequences of me doing it. Here's another hot take for you when it comes to flags, the Confederate flag. I'm not a fan of the Confederate flag, but in Florida, there is a very famous Confederate graveyard. It is just outside between Tampa and Ocala, or Tampa and Lakeland. It is off the 75. It is a 100% Confederate graveyard. Only Confederate soldiers are buried in this graveyard. It is not a modern graveyard. Above that graveyard flies the Confederate flag. I agree with that 100%, and let me tell you why. At the time of the Civil War, when the South seceded, they technically, albeit in revisionist history, it was nullified. They technically formed their own Confederate nation. Those troops that died for the Confederacy, whether I agree with it or not. Spoilers, I don't. They died for that Confederacy that at that time had seceded and formed its own country. That was one of the flags that represented that country. It is not the official flag. I know the story of it. I get it. We'll talk about Virginia battle flags later if you want. That is the flag that those soldiers died for their country. I believe they should be allowed to be rested under the flag that they fought for. You would not, let's say, Canada invades America. Our neighbors to the north were the sleeping dragon. They conquer all of the U.S. with politeness. And if you are killed defending the United States, you don't want a Canadian flag over your graveyard. You're going to want your stars and stripes. It is as a former sailor, I believe that, hey, that is a different country. That person died for that country. That flag should go over it. Do I find the rebel flag offensive? I do, to a degree. Again, my statement, not DCD Collects or anybody else's. I don't expect you to agree with me. Just giving you real talk, folks. That flag should fly over that graveyard. That flag should not be torn down over that graveyard. They should not be forced to be under the stars and stripes because that's not the country they died for. I don't just say it for my flag, I say it for other flags. There is a portion of land in St. Augustine, Florida, that has a Spanish flag that flies over top of it. And that area of land is owned by Spain. Yes, Spain owns a piece of land in America to this day. It is a consecrated memorial for Spanish soldiers who died under the flag of Spain when Florida was part of Spanish land. That piece of property is one of the few properties in the United States that is still owned and maintained under rule by another country that flies the other country's flag. I agree with that 100%. Even though not all of the soldiers are buried there, that consecrated area is for those soldiers. So my beliefs on the flag are pretty black and white and go for all of the flags, as long as they are a flag that is accepted as a national flag. I don't necessarily agree with territorial flags. I don't necessarily agree with, the flags of individual secular units. But I believe that across the board, flags that are of a nation or of a former nation are to agree. Flying the flag upside down, I'll answer that for you. Flying upside down is actually a sign of distress. That is a universal sign of distress. If a flag is being upside down, the person should be asked, are you in distress? If they are in mental distress and feel that they are disserviced and that is their protest to fly it upside down, that's their right. But know that you will be probably spoken to many, many, many times. Dangle. Embassies, yes, but technically the United States and any other country can seize the land an embassy is on and expel the people that are inside of it, as it has happened numerous times to America. But I'm talking about a non-embassy. This is just a plot of nearly empty land that is considered part of Spain. You can Google it. It's in St. Augustine, Florida. It is not far from the Fountain of Youth. But I believe it is the only plot of land that doesn't have a building on it. So there's your embassy clause, that is owned by another country, because Florida was Spanish. But no, I do not typically find myself being hypocritical with the flags. I'm First Amendment. You have the right to do that. Just realize if I see you doing it, I'm going to stop you from doing it. If I see you, throwing paint at a flag, I'm going to physically stop you from throwing paint on a flag. If I see you burning a flag, I'm going to physically stop you from burning a flag. Period. No, it's good conversation, KP. Thank you for it, man.
Daddy,
¿Qué pasó?
So, have you seen the time when white people had to kill Mephisto with the shield?
Yeah.
Well, it worked.
Good, you did it.
No, but I didn't kill him, but I
Okay.
got shot.
Okay.
Wow.
What's going on, Councilman Chef?
Yeah, but Daddy, but I did actually damage him.
Yeah, no, Money Mitch, not a lot of people are informed that an upside-down flag is distress. Sadly, there's a lot of not misinformation, but ignorance, and I don't mean ignorance in a negative way. I mean ignorance in the definition of the word, just unknowing. There's ignorance to it. KP's like, I knew DC was military and was curious because I saw a certain person autographing a flag the other day, and it bothered me. Yeah. I saw that too. Here's what bothers me about that. It bothers me that somebody that dodged the draft did it. If Bill Clinton signed a flag, I'd be offended. Straight up, don't even say I'm making this political. Bill Clinton dodged the draft. Bill Clinton is a dodge drafter. If I saw Bill Clinton signing an American flag, I'd be like, man, that's not, you shouldn't be doing that. Anybody that dodged service, definitely shouldn't be signing a flag. There was the SEAL Team 6 guy that allegedly shot bin Laden was signing flags, and even I was like, why are you signing a flag, dude? Just like sign an empty bullet casing or something. Like don't sign the flag. Leave the flag alone. Definition of a real flag: always felt uncertain about throwing away as small American flags on sticks. So there is, there was, I don't know if it still exists. There was a traditional definition of a true flag. It has to be made in America. It has to be stitched stars and stitched striped panels. That is, I believe, the traditional official American flag definition. It must have very distinct dimensions. There is a ratio that is exact. You can Google this. I know there's an exact ratio for the size of a flag. There is a standard, and I believe there's a standard size that is official. I believe it has to be stitched, and I believe it has to be made in America. Fort Niagara has some of the oldest flags in America. Scuba's like, I want to change topics. I was in the military too, and I don't like it. Yep. Yeah, see, there you go. They even retire the small ones at some of the VFWs. Boy, I can tell you just by looking at myself, this new camera dimension is a heck of a lot nicer. I am a lot clearer than I was yesterday. So I reduced some of the... No, it's all good, KP. No, it's a valid question, especially right around this time of year. I think the lower